everyone, this is Randy. Welcome to this edition of E3 Minutes for Life, and I appreciate you joining me today. I am standing on a dock on beautiful Lake Lucerne in Switzerland, and this is just incredible scenery around here. This lake is one of the more famous lakes in the world, I would guess, and you know, when you look at it, one of the things that really jumps out at me, I'm out on this dock, and as I look down, the water's probably 15 to 20 feet deep, and I can still clearly see the bottom of the lake. I can see the rocks on the bottom and things like that. And what it caused me to realize was this is really close. You can see the mountains up there with the snow on it. When the snow melts and it runs down here, it's not very far from the source of the water, so there's not a lot of impurities. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to drink this water straight out of the lake, but it is a lot more pure than what I normally see on lakes where I'm from. And that kind of got me to thinking about communication is very much that way. You know, the closer we are to the source of communication or the source of the information, likely the more pure the communication is, the more clear it is. We all played the telephone game when we were little, where you tell your friend a story and they tell somebody a story and they tell somebody the same story and they tell somebody the same story, and by the time it gets to the end of the line, the story is a humorous, funny misunderstanding of the facts that were originally involved. But if we're in the workplace, that's not a game and that's not fun. That's not funny always. It can cause conflict. And so I would just encourage you, you know, as often as you can, try to stay as close to the source as possible on communication, so that the information you receive is as clear as possible. If conflict arises, go to the person or the people that you're in conflict with. Don't go through multiple channels. Don't go through different generations of the message and allow it to get polluted with everybody else's feelings and opinions and the personalities that are there and the frustrations they experience with that person. You know, let's go to the source and get clear on what the issue is. You know, if you're just communicating with your team, let's give them the factual information, let's give them the pertinent information, let's be timely as much as we can, but make sure that you include everyone so that everyone is clear, that the communication is pure, it's close to the source, not from the top to the upper management, to the middle management, to the lower management, lower levels of management, to the frontline people. Let's make sure that it goes out to everyone. Be as transparent as possible without oversharing, but then also looking and saying, who else might need to know? And if you're at the bottom of the chain and it's unclear, have the courage to go back to the person who was the source, to go back to where it started and try to clarify that. And I know it's busy, I know it's hard, I know it's time consuming, but I think if we can eliminate many of the problems that come from miscommunication because we didn't go to the source, then we won't have to spend as much time on nickel and dime problems that pop up as a result of that. From Lake Lucerne, thanks for joining us for this edition of E3 Minutes for Life, and we'll see you next time.